Have you tasted the best beer in the galaxy? If you've had beer at Garth's Brew Bar on Monroe Street, you probably have. They are raising the bar of bars. If you visit Garth's, challenge them to pick the perfect beer for you. I love beer, and I don't really know that much about it. So I really love quality selections and recommendations like theirs. Plus, Garth's is clean and cozy. Go visit garthsbrewbar.com and scroll down to sign up for their newsletter. Today on City Cast Madison. It's Tuesday, so it's time for the latest edition of Must See Madison. This week, we got clever and devised date spots to see and do organized by price. Because, hey, we all have moods, and most of us have budgets, too. So, Madison dates that are free to cheap, mid-range pricey, and dates that'll probably cost you a pretty penny. Buckle in. Executive producer Hayley Sperling and I got you covered. It's Tuesday, August 27th. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Okay, well, Madison is for lovers. We're stealing Virginia's saying. We have plenty of amazing places for dates. And if your date is bad, it doesn't mean the place is bad. You know, you could have bad dates, but you could have a lot of good date places. And we have cooked up some fun stuff for you today. Free, middle range, and expensive, because sometimes you just want to go all out. And I'm here with Hayley Sperling, our executive producer. What's good?
Hello. I'm ready to go on some dates. And I just want to say, too, that, yes, we're framing this as a conversation around dates, but these are also things that, you could take yourself on a solo date. You can have a friend date. You can go on a date with your side piece. Whatever. It's none of my business. We just have recommendations, no judgment at all.
No judgment at all. It's all about love. It's all about love. So let's start with free spots, or free or cheap spots. I would recommend heading to MoMoCA, the Madison Museum of Contemporary Art. Yes, I did used to work there a million years ago, but I definitely saw plenty of dates go down there. The galleries are always just really fantastic, and it's free 99. And I feel like it's a great place to get to know people. You know, if you're out on a date, you can kind of lean in and you can hear about people's perspectives on art or on philosophy or whatever the heck comes up, or just watch someone else being funny. Maybe someone's, napping, you have to make fun of them, whatever. It's free fun. MoMoCA. And then the second part of that recommendation with MoMoCA is they've been having just a killer rooftop cinema series this summer. Maybe they always have, but have been paying us particular attention this year. And they had Sun Ra's Space is the Place showing, which is just, you're up in the clouds. If you haven't been to the rooftop at MoMoCA, it's really special. It's across the street from the Orpheum, so you see a bit of the Orpheum sign, all the glowing lights of downtown and State Street. You get to experience that, and they've got plants out there. But yeah, they've got rooftop cinema. They have a program called Thursdays at Sundown, and there's still a couple of them left. It does become winter at some point.
Can't go outside in the winter in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we do. I do have a winter camping gear, but this program ends September 5th. So there's one this Thursday and the following Thursday if you're interested. And it looks like some great movies to catch, rooftop cinema. So this week, there's going to be a really cool showing called Buñuel in the Labyrinth of the Turtles. So that's just based on the true story of surrealist filmmaker Louis Buñuel. And it's an animated feature, and that looks so, so cool. And then next Thursday, the films of Robert Downey Sr. So yeah, and they had Sun Ra. This has been an on-fire opportunity this summer, and there's still some of them left, and it's $7. So that's pretty reasonable, and you can bring a blanket or chairs, get cozy with your lover, with your loved one. Either way, I feel those are my cheap date recommendations.
And I feel rooftops especially are so date coded, right? But it's giving expensive date, but we're balling on a budget. And I will say too, for context, we're defining cheap here as $25 or less per person. Our mid tier will be 25 to 50, and then the expensive tier is 50 plus per person, because that can get expensive, right? I love that she recommended the rooftop. I'm also have an outside recommendation for my cheap date night. One of my favorite annual activities is going to see Gleam at Old Brick Gardens.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It has literally been my dream since I found out that Gleam existed several years ago to go on a date to Gleam. And somehow it has not happened yet. So if you're out there and would like to go on a friend date with me to Gleam, let's make it happen. For those who don't know, it's basically this light installation artwork that takes over all of the outside of Old Brick Gardens. And it turns the space into this really incredible illuminated adventure, and all the art is pretty interactive. Last year they had this swing when if you swing on it, then it generates light shows and stuff like that. There were these fairy garden walks, really cool, and it highlights art from artists from all around, and it's pretty reasonable. $16 a piece for a ticket. And of course, it's going to a good place. We love Old Brick Gardens. Shout out to Old Brick. It opens on August 24th through October 26th. Tickets are $16 a piece for adults, less if you are a member of Old Brick Garden and less if you are bringing a child. And like I said, it's not just a great date activity. It's great for friends. It's great for families. It's great for everyone. And it's just super fun. I went one time with my friends and we got a glass of wine at the gardens. We walked around, just played with some of the lights. It was super duper fun. I love that one.
And I feel like if you're someone who wants to get your picture taken with your boo, or just have your boo take pictures of you, I know one particular couple in Madison that one of them was a photographer and they got pictures of their lady, and it was stunning. It was just this is just so cool and artsy. And yeah, I don't know if everyone likes that, but a little photography
The
session.
photo ops on this date are truly endless. So yeah, Instagram boyfriends, it's time to do your training, brush up, because your girl wants a picture. Whether she says it or not, your girl wants a picture with all these lights. It's beautiful. It's so fun. Get some candids. Get up in there. It's a good time. Make the most of it. And it's almost like being in an art gallery, right? It's like a living, breathing art gallery that you can interact with. This is the one place where Momoka, don't touch the art. I can say that. Don't touch the art. At Gleam, you can touch it. You can do whatever. You're in it. You're living in it. So it's super duper fun. For my cheap dates, this one could be as cheap or as expensive as you'd like it to be. But arcade bars. Have fun with quarters, literal quarters. I use them for my laundry. You can use them to impress your date with your mad gaming skills, right? There are a bunch of arcade bars in Madison, honestly, that have been popping up. Y'all probably know about the I.O. bar over on Willie Street. There's Aftershock Arcade, which is over on East Wash. Now there's the new Double Tap Beercade, which is down on State Street.
What? Double Tap?
It literally just opened. It's part of the new trio of businesses that opened down there. So there's Double Tap Beercade, which is pretty self-explanatory. There's the Roxy, which is this new sort of club venture. And then there's the Stuffed Olive, which is this new cocktail bar centered around martinis.
I heard that.
we love. But if you're out on the west side, there's Geeks Mania Arcade, and then over on the east side, there's Nerd Haven Arcade. So there are plenty of arcades. Get your fix. I've been to I.O. plenty of times. You can have a good time with like you said, with just a few quarters. Go play Mario Kart. Go play, what do people play out there? Pac-Man. I don't know. Pong.
Yeah, I mean and that's part of the fun too, is just the adventure of being maybe I'm going to play a new game, or you find some classic game that you've totally forgotten about. I'm glad that you brought arcades up, because my next thing is kind of in our cheap category, cheaper, but I'm going to push it to the mid. It's on the line. I just saw it. Right. So I want to recommend Urban Air Adventure Park, which is basically an amusement fun extravaganza over in Westtown Mall. And it's got, that sort of arcade vibe, but it's like physical fun. And what drew me is just like, what's a great date idea? Laser tag.
Oh.
Laser tag, man. And it looks like on the internet, the Platinum Attractions, they have like a deal right now, and it might be a forever deal, but it says it's $19.79. And then you also have to purchase Urban Air socks, which is $3.49. So it's coming in there around $25.
Okay.
And they've got like everything. So they've got laser tag, which I just have great memories with laser tag, that it just like so much fun, even if you're horrible at it. And if you're horrible, you can like hide, but there's so much excitement. I mean, why do you go to an action movie with your boo thing? For the excitement. I don't know. I don't go to action movies.
You could live the action movie.
But you can actually live it and be like, is my partner a hero? You're gonna find out today. And then the park, so like there's laser tag, but there's like so much more than that. There's like climbing walls.
Oh.
And they have bumper cars. They've got two types of bumper cars, apparently. Ones that spin and then ones that flip.
What? That sounds so wrong. I'm sorry.
I mean, Tokyo drifting. Over? This is adventure. I don't know. I've never been. We're gonna go. I actually just called, and I called, and the owner picked up, shouting out Brad. So thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, Brad
Massenbrook, the owner of Urban Air Adventure Park at Westtown. But yeah, apparently they've got those kind of cool bumper cars. They've got a ropes course. Okay. They also have something called a sky rider, which is like a zip line. So it's like definitely there's tons of spaces for kids there. But he said it is all ages and adults. And there are also trampolines, which I love. And it's not just a trampoline park. He made it clear to make that point, but it does have trampolines, and that is a win for me. Like, I kind of constantly am debating like buying my own little exercise trampoline because I just miss that feeling. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like going on a date with someone, like all of those things sound so fun. And it's like coming in at about like $25. You probably spend a little bit more, get a little food, a little this and that.
Yeah. Go out to lunch after for this one, not before, right?
Yeah, or stay
or
there
else
all
you'll
day.
Be flipping out.
No, that's fair. That's fair. If you know your stomach.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
The land down under has never been easier to reach. United Airlines has more flights between the U.S. and Australia than any other U.S. airline, so you can fly nonstop to destinations like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Explore dazzling cities, savor the very best of Aussie cuisine, and get up close and personal with the wildlife. Who doesn't want to hold a koala? Go to united.com/Australia to book your adventure.
Another fun thing for after like one of these arcades, and that's often paired, or this adventure park, is pizza. And I wanted to shout out a good pizza place I had recently that I heard a lot about for a long time, but it's like, it's good for you pizza.
It's so good. Yes. I'm so glad you brought this up. Okay, go on.
Yes, it is so good for you pizza. It is like really beautiful, like brick oven, nummy artesian pizza that's pretty reasonable. Like, I think it's nicer, and so it's not cheap, but I'd say it's a nice like mid-range price meal for something that feels like you're treating yourself and you feel like maybe you're going to Italy. So
I love that. My friends and I, we get takeout from there every now and then because it's a small joint on the inside. It can be hard to get a table.
Yeah.
But takeout is super easy. And of course, it's like they do in one of those big brick ovens. So they're done in like 2 minutes. And it's delicious.
It's pretty. And I will say, actually, when we went in there last time, we thought, oh, we're taking this to go. And we thought, oh, actually, we could sit down. Like there were some tables in there. If you want if you want to be by the oven and have the feel of the pizza joint, that's also a possibility.
the full experience.
What about you? Mid-range dates?
Well, speaking of cooking stuff in an oven, this is my half-hearted attempt at a segue. I would be interested in going to Fired Up Pottery Studio. This place has a ton of different options for people. It's over on Monona Drive, for those who don't know. And they offer pottery painting. So you can go in and you can just pick up a piece and design it with paint. The price range on this one, I will say, is super, super large. They say online that their prices range from $5 to $135. But the average price is usually around $18 to $35, which is why it lands in our mid-tier category. So that's for the pottery painting. They also have a clay studio where you can buy clay there, throw it on the wheel if you have experience. You don't have to have experience to be able to do it, but they do recommend that you either like try one of their classes or, you know, just like know what you're doing in advance, because they're like, we can't guarantee that we will be able to like teach you how to do this if you just walk in on the day of.
If you want something that looks like a pile of pumpkins, come on through. But if you actually want to leave with something nice, you should probably know how to do it a little bit.
Yeah. And with that said, they do have classes. And they also, I didn't know this, they have a glass studio. And a lot of this stuff is available.
What's good?
A lot of this stuff is available on like a walk-in basis, so you don't really have to have a plan, but it's nice. And the same thing again with the glass studio thing, like you basically have different items that you can make out of glass, from jewelry to wine stoppers and bowls and all of that stuff. And those projects, again, there's a huge range. $5 to $100. It really depends. So this could be a great option for a date. Very, if y'all are fans of the movie Ghost, very ghost coded.
It is. I mean, it just like, I wonder how much the pottery throwing industry owes to that movie. It owes everything in my mind, because there's
I love it.
The sensuality.
They probably would not appreciate it if you came in and tried to replicate that scene from the movie. We'll leave that up to you guys to do. But yeah,
no comment.
This is also, it's a great place for like parties. They do like group reservations and stuff like that. So super awesome. And then my second idea for a mid-tier date is, while we still have the nice weather, or we can do this when it gets colder too, but I think that it would be super fun to build like a super beautiful lunch spread from Alimentari and then go eat at a nearby park. And this has to be in the mid-tier, because literally every time I go there, I spend $20 on a sandwich. And like, yes, it's the best $20 damn dollars I've ever spent on a sandwich, but it's still a $20 sandwich. So it's in the mid-tier. And then you throw in some like dessert and a couple of drinks on top of that, suddenly like that's a $50 meal. It's worth it, and it's delicious, and there are so many different parks that you can choose from to eat at. But also, like, if the weather is icky or whatever, you know, just get it takeout, do a little picnic at home. Like, how cute is that? I don't know. I think that would be super fun.
I think that sounds lovely, and I can't attest anymore that their stuff is really, really nice. They're definitely one of the best sandwich spots in Madison. Will I say the? No, I won't. We should talk about it. It's got some competition. Casetta,
okay.
For instance. Jimmy John's.
We cannot compare.
I'm skewing the data.
I mean, I do love Jimmy John's, but like that's a cheap date. That's a cheap date by myself and my cats. And that's sometimes you need those days. But
that's true.
I don't know. I'm ready to ball out. I'm so ready to ball out. We're not going to Texas Roadhouse, despite however much our producer Phil would like us to. Bianca, where are we going on your expensive dates? I want to hear your ideas first.
Okay. When you hear expensive date, I feel like the first thing you're going to do is like say l'étoile, right? And I don't know if that's on your list or not, but I'm going to go in a different direction because of course there's like our top James Beard winners, that sort of thing, which is always a vibe. But you know, true love to me, what I want my love to consider,
Tell me.
Take me to the spa.
Ooh.
Take me to the spa. That's all I want. That's all I want from life, is to luxuriate in warm, relaxing waters.
I love that. I want to sing this in the form of like "Take Me to the River." Like,
Take me to church. My sanctuary is a bath and it's a spa, and we've got some good spas in Madison. And so I feel like, okay, we went from like cheap to mid to like this would be expansive because I want a spa and a hotel room.
Yes, you do. You've earned it. You deserve it.
This is our
I think I know where we're
special
going for that, though, but tell me.
Yes, I think we should consider the Edgewater Hotel.
Oh, yes.
It took a lot for that to be made. We learned that in our conversation with our Madison historian about the area on the lake being considered like historic, and it was kind of a fight for the Edgewater Hotel to be made. It was made. It's there. It's luxury, and it's on the water, and there is a really good spa. I've heard recommendation from a very trusted source that they had like a life-changing spa experience there, and then and they included the name, and I'm not sharing the name, not to be like weird, I just don't remember her name at the moment. But the name of the masseuse, I immediately went and looked it up, and I thought, wow, they have some really nice treatments there. It's definitely, when you're looking at fancy spa stuff, there's a range. I've been to like Sundara Spa in the Dells, and I got this chocolate wrap, and I ended up feeling like it felt like a little girl's chapstick, like a taste. It just like, there's like candles that it's like, this isn't a real candle.
No.
This isn't a real, it just was like kind of gross. It's like a latte flavor. Like that's my opinion, but some people probably love it. I didn't. So if you're going to spend like a couple $100s on something, I just really want it to feel like special and holy, not in a religious sense, but holy in a wholesome sense. But yeah, they have like collagen, eye pad treatment, they got scalp treatments, they got targeted like CBD relief treatments, they got all sorts of stuff, and they've got couples spa experiences. I've never done that personally.
I have mixed feelings on like a couple's massage, right?
Oh,
like,
go off.
I don't know. You're just like having a massage at the same time as someone else. That doesn't sound great to me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Like I've had plenty of massages.
Time.
Yeah, exactly. I want some alone time. Like this is for me. This isn't for us. I don't know. That's
fair.
That's my hot take. But also as someone I've had many a massage. I've never had a couple's massage, but if you've had a couple's massage and you can convince me otherwise,
let us know.
Up. Madison@citycast.fm. Send us an email.
Pro couples massage or anti couples massage. I can't speak because I actually haven't had one. I'm recommending it, but I do like the idea of like you're completely relaxed. I don't really need to say much more than that, but then you get to go be together and like maybe go look out at the lake.
Oh, it's a beautiful view.
You don't have to leave anywhere. That's one of the things to consider is like when you have a spa experience, then like what's immediately afterwards? Do you go out into like a parking lot? I don't know. I feel like the Edgewater can offer kind of the full experience and in the environment. Like you don't have to go anywhere.
It's a full staycation for sure. On the subject of spas and treating yourself, I will say I have a similar recommendation. A little bit less than balling out on, like a multi-day hotel package. I would say you should go get a luxury pedicure from Happy Nails, which is out in Middleton. Y'all know that I love to get my nails done. I was literally just there a couple of weeks ago, got my nails done, got my toes done. I did not get a luxury pedicure because I was not balling out that hard on myself, but I did get a pedicure and it was lovely. But their luxury stuff, it includes just a bunch of beautiful and relaxing ingredients in their paraffin wax, which can help like your blood circulation and detoxify from harmful substances. And they give you a cuticle softener. They give you a sea salt scrub. They do a collagen mask treatment. And then they I've seen this happen because it was the women on both sides of me were both getting like luxury pedicures done. And I was like, I wish I had the time for that, but I didn't. But they put like a mask on your leg and then they put like flower petals and little pieces of fruit and wrap it all up. And it's so nice. And then they give you a hot stone massage and it's super nice. And that comes in at right around $65. Of course, it's more if you want to get your nails done with the gel polish. It always is. If you want to get a design, that's up to your professional. If you really want to ball out, though, they do have a level above their luxury pedicure, which is called their Royal King or Queen pedicure. And it's an hour long. And it basically gives you everything that it comes with the luxury, but it also
Hayley,
comes
I've
with
got to go.
you get a gold face mask. Yeah, it's super cool. I've also seen people doing this and I'm like, one day that will be me. So treat yourself, ball out. I think it'd be fun to like do it with a partner, because you can sit next to each other for the whole time, like in the chairs, versus like if you're getting a couples massage, you're like face down and not talking, right? But then with this, like you said, like, yeah, when it's over and done, you walk out into the parking lot and you're going back to your regular life. So, it is what it is. But you can make it an extra special day by having a very fancy dinner. We were talking about views. I want to give a shout out to Eno Vino downtown. You really can't beat the view on this one. And this one is definitely going into the expensive tier. You could make it a cheaper date by just getting snacks and wine. But even that, I will say their menu is quite expensive. There's really no other way to put it. It's quite expensive. So even if you just do snacks and wine, you're going to be in that mid-tier category. But it's definitely a great place for a special occasion. So go out there. Go be merry with your friends, with your lovers, with your enemies. Who cares? Just have a good time.
Yeah, I feel like we're going on a City Cast date.
Yeah.
Friends date. And then we've got a recommendation coming in hot. And then go home and listen to City Cast Madison and chill.
Yeah. Nothing more romantic than a local news podcast.
Nothing more. All right. Well, this has been really fun. Like, I feel like we have so many fun things to do. Hayley, thank you so much.
Of course. See you out there.
That's all for today here on City Cast Madison. If you enjoyed today's show, why not share this podcast with someone who you take to gleam at Olbrich? Probably someone who lights up your life. See you back here tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Ciao.